Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to perfectly fit Perrin's gauge pod to your 3000 GT instrument cluster bezel. So without further ado, this is the gauge pod and this is the part number for it. It's a very nice gauge pod, very good quality, and this can be installed on top of your steering column, or in this case it fits very well right here inside the instrument cluster bezel. The front mounting points already have angle cut on them. However, they don't match very well on the bezel. So in order to achieve perfect fit, I put this automotive sanding paper. This sanding paper has a sticky side, so just stick it like that to the bezel and lightly, without too much pressure, just sand until the front mounting points take the shape of the bezel. And then when I remove the sandpaper, the gauge pod sits perfectly on the instrument cluster bezel, and the gauges fit right in the middle of the speedometer and the RPM gauge, so they don't block any of the lights. The only thing that it's getting blocked here is your mileage, which is really not that important. If you want to take a look at it, you don't need to look at the mileage all the time on a vehicle. You can look at it from a side wherever you need to. The other thing that obviously the bezel needs to be drilled. Not much to it, just measure well and find where the middle is in order to place the gauge right in the middle, so it's not off to the side. The other thing I want to mention here is that this gauge pod is I don't know which gauges are supposed to really go in here, but it's advertised that fits these type of gauges. However, this rubber, this is a silicone hose, is supposed to go over this piece of this part of the gauge, and then you slide the gauge in, and this silicone hose is what retains the gauge in place. However, this measures about 5mm thickness, and that's too thick for this gauge. In order to make this gauge fit, I had another silicone hose which is 4mm thick, and it was not of the correct diameter, but just trimmed it. And once I already tested it, once it's around the gauge and pushed in, it retains the gauge in place perfectly. Actually, I had quite a bit of a hard time to get the gauge back out after it was in there already. So yeah, besides the three holes on top and then 3 holes on bottom has to be drilled in order to secure the gauge pod in place. And besides that, I'm going to cut here a little channel for the wiring harness, because the wiring harness is going to come right here behind the gauge, and it will fit inside on the back of the instrument cluster here. I already drilled this hole. I was thinking that the gauge is gonna come out and further on the steering column. However, that's not a good spot for it. So yeah, that's it. On the next 3000 GT video, I'm gonna hopefully show you this gauge pod already installed on the car, and show you how it looks. But yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to point out, and that about wraps it up for this video. If you like to see more of these videos, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll try to give you a little more interesting tips to help you guys with your builds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.